Big John, Big John.
All right, good Thursday morning, everybody. It is the 3rd of September, I think. And it's Thursday. Heading up to the fire station. That air pump on G1 is got a massive leak, is what I was told. So I'm thinking it's got the push fittings with the plastic hoses, so I'm thinking one of them hoses come apart. I'm gonna run up there and see. So we'll see up there. All right, well, this battery is about dead. I charged it for 3 minutes while I was driving up here. Well, 5. So there, we just plugged it in. The one system has pressure. So they're both sitting at about 80 pounds of pressure. See, there's a little plastic line there. And there's lines that come up under. Right there. And what is this? I don't know if you guys can see that. Huh. Well, that's not cool. I don't know what that line's for. And got other airlines. You go into these pressure tanks. There's a hard line right there. It's in there. Goes through that mess. Oh my goodness gracious. Going this way, those cables. Those are all cables. Battery cables and everything else. The airlines go underneath. I don't know, Atlantic Fire Services or whatever it was, redid this. And I'm not real happy with the situation because this pump, this compressor is just laying in there. The old one was attached to the wall. Let's see if the pressure's climbing at all. No. No. All right, well, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. 5-10 minutes, see what happens. See if it builds pressure anywhere. And if that don't work, then I'll start the truck up, take it up to full pressure, and listen for it coming back the other way. All right, I let the truck pump up, and it got up to 120 or whatever, and I heard the air rushing out, and it is the pressure switch, just like a pressure switch for a water tank in your house, for those of you that have a well. Well, there's a pressure switch for the air too, just like a pressure switch on an air compressor. Well, it's leaking out of that, but it only leaks down to about 90 psi, which tells me there's a check valve in that system that prevents it from draining the system. So that was all just replaced by Atlantic Fire. So we need to get a hold of them and they need to fix it. So I got to call the chief and the captain, and we'll get the ball rolling on that. All right, 420 gallons, 18 gallons of Roundup. Gallons of Roundup, gallon and a half of request for water conditioner, and about 84 ounces of Lamba tea for some bugs, bean leaf beetles. We're going to take care of them while I'm going across here. So I'm ready to go. Plug the guidance system in, so it's got plenty of time to get warmed up and ready to go by the time I get over there, which it only takes a minute or two. So this goes in the blue truck, this and this go over on this barrel. All right, I think we're set. Round up the dogs and get them in the house. We'll be good. See you on the road. All right, we're over here. We're spraying. Air conditioning ain't working, so the windows are open, so it's a little loud. And I still got a stiff neck. But anyway, we're 2/3 done with this field. Yeah, look at this stuff floating in here. This one's going to seed. Terrible, 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 terrible. Messed up this year bad, not being able to get in here with the rain and everything. So this field's going to round up corn next year, and we're going to hit them mid-season. So anyway, yeah, I'll get done with this field, and we've got the other two little ones to do, and they'll take, them two little ones will take longer than this big one. Each one of them little ones will take longer than this big one. You just got to cut it in. All that. By the time you get them two cut in, you're done almost. Anyway, coming up the corner, gotta go. made it home. Bonehead, he wanted to come out. Max didn't want to come out, but he'll sit there at the door and look at us. So I parked I parked the tractor and sprayer out behind the barn, and grab me a adult beverage here. Good boy, Ruckus. He's going number 1. So I got to put the tractor and wagon back in the barn. The skid steer, I got to pick up my barrels out here. And I got to get a different pallet. That one kind of got, I can make that one work. So yeah, we'll put the baby bumper back on. There we go. About 600 gallons in there. So the little Ferd should handle it. Let's see if I can put this. I emptied out my Roundup, so I've got about 2.5 gallons left. That's not good. I was talking to the rep up at the Andersons, and he told me that Roundup will probably be double next year. And he said there's a shortage of it. He said they're only getting little bits and pieces at a time, and like Rural King and stuff like that, they carry the generic stuff. They don't have any. I'm going to stop and check tomorrow, and hopefully they have a couple drums. I'll buy a couple drums if they do, or if they can get me. Oh, that's delicious. So now I have a mountain of boxes back there to incinerate. Ruckus is chasing cats, smelling cats. There's 3 cats around here. When he's outside, he keeps them on their toes. But anyway, I'm going to finish this beer and get that stuff put away. I'll be back. Alright, let's see if we can bounce these into the barn without dropping any of them. Well, that worked. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Oh. So now Hopefully old trusty 8N will start. What are you doing, Ruckus? Watching the pig? Huh? Hey, pig. She likes to hang out in that corner. Nice and cool back in that concrete corner. So, see if the little 8N will start. How's that? All right. A little cold-blooded. Weight back there. Probably 600 gallons, maybe closer to 700. Get an exhaust manifold for this thing. Number 4 is blowed. But the problem is the exhaust and the intake are all one piece on this. Maybe I'll make a header for it. So we're going to swing out wide here, head up into the barn. A little bit of a head of steam, but not too much. But this thing ain't got brakes, and I don't want it pushing me across the other side. Another thing I got to do is fix the brakes on this old girl. Governor still works. A little bit more. Come on, baby. A little bit more. Long wagon. Plus that pole sticks out the back, so. Get a block under the wheel. Inch her up a little bit. Inch her up a little bit. Give us a little more room. We'll go down to first with this. Gently. Gently. And parking brake is set. Shut the motor off. Leave it in gear. Oh. Couple blocks of wood laying here. Wheel chocks for the tires. I got this thing out one of these days. Do the egg challenge. What's the egg challenge, you ask? Outdoors with the Morgans picked up an egg and he challenged a bunch of people to do it, so I guess I'll have to do it. So, yeah, that's it. All right. Well, I'm gonna close the barn up. I think I'm gonna drink one more beer. I'm gonna take a shower, go to bed, get up tonight, and start all over again. Talk to you soon.